little bit of background about me in particular, because much like most of you here, you probably think about drones like they take photos and videos, like whoop-de-doo, who cares, right? I was much in the same way when I was your guys' age, given there's no high school or college at the time that even had a drone program, where I know now we're working with middle schools in the state that have drone programs or drones within like their computer science, engineering, or other like STEM related programs. But I knew I wanted to get into the world of aviation from the time I was 11 years old when I took my first flight lesson. And then I ended up continuing working towards my private pilot license, every summer through the time I was like 17. My big kind of grandiose goal for my life at the time was to own and operate my own airline. But every single flight instructor and mentor or whatever that I had in my life that was from the manned aviation world was telling me the same thing. If you want to fly, go be a doctor, go be a lawyer, go essentially do something that will allow you to make money, to buy your own plane and fly on your own terms. Because otherwise, any commercial aviation job where you're the pilot is going somewhere you probably don't want to go, either carrying people or cargo that you don't really care for all that much. And that's a very kind of brash way of putting it, and nothing really against that. If that's what you want to do, it is just not what I wanted to commit, the majority or most of my life to doing. So I started thinking about what I would rather do, and again, that kind of evolved since I've always been interested in business and involved in some degree since the time I was very young. I mentioned owning and operating an airline. That was something much more interesting to me than actually operating the planes themselves, even if I had to use that as a stepping stone to get there. But then drones, were kind of taking off, if you will. I was actually working at Best Buy down off of North Point, if any of you guys are familiar with that location. And DJI had just come out with like the Phantom 3 line, which if you guys are familiar with DJI, the Phantom drone was like their first mass market drone product, like the first of flying camera drones that enough people, like in the millions, actually wanted to buy. They're actually fairly similar in form factor to the two drones that we now produce in front of you. Ours are more DIY oriented, but in any case, that was really what started to get me thinking, hey, maybe I should look more into this drone thing. Even though I bought my first one, I was like, hey, they take photos and videos. What do you do, right?